What's up, everyone? All right, so I have a special video that I'm going to upload today. This is from Friday's trading session. Now, we had a very unusual trade on Friday. It was, what was the symbol? It was TNTR, and this one did something that I've never really seen before on NYSE listed stocks. We've seen it a few times in the OTC market, but never really on a NYSE NASDAQ listed stock. But what happened today is I saw this stock, it hit the scanners, and I pulled it up, and immediately I saw like two or maybe three 20,000 share bids. And so I was like, wow, there's some really strong bid support on this thing. I'm jumping in. Jumped in 5,000 shares at 78. And then I see the bid move up 1 cent. It moves up another cent. And I was like, this is weird. The bids are kind of moving up. But what was happening at the same time is that there were hidden sellers on the ask. And so even though I bought 5,000 shares, the seller on the ask didn't budge. So I was like, whoa, I just picked up 5,000 shares and this thing's not doing anything. Usually when you see 500 shares for sale and you buy 5,000, you buy those 500 and then you buy the remaining 4,500 from a seller who's a little bit further up on the level too, and you pay a little higher price, which is fine, but we do it when we see stocks moving quickly. And so it was very unusual that we had both these really big bids on the level 2 and at the same time these hidden sellers. And what ended up happening is the stock went from 578 and I sold it at 585. It ended up going all the way to 6, and then it went as high as 660, and it just kept doing this. And through that move, we saw a stretch of, I think it was 11 consecutive green candles. Then a really sharp drop. The bids were gone. All of a sudden, those big buyers were gone. And then they came back, and it walked right back up. So I recorded while I was trading that, and you'll see this is not my most impressive trading session because I ended up finishing the day down 450 bucks. I overtraded, I was being a little sloppy. But what's really gonna be interesting here for you guys is to watch those big bids on the level 2. So I hope you enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, leave them below in the comment section. So this price action on TNTR is really interesting because we have these huge bids, 80, 82, 84, 85, and it's almost like it's just kind of stair-stepping up. I haven't really seen this type of action before, so it's kind of just catching me a little off guard. It just seems like it's just stair-stepping up. Someone obviously wants it to go higher and can afford the orders. I'll stop out for now at 85, but let's just see what this does. 84, 24,000 share seller at 84, another 28,000 at 81, 21,000 at 80, $350 profit for me, which is good, I guess. The thing on the 5-minute chart is that it's obviously really extended from 810 all the way up here to the 90 spot. So now you've got that bid, 50,000 shares at 85. It's hitting the scanners as it taps 590. So I got 7 cents in at 78, out at 85, 5,000 shares, 350 bucks. Look, now he's at 88, 28,000 shares. But what's weird is that there's someone selling at 89. Because look at all the buyers, and it only shows 200 shares, but it's not breaking. So it's 88 by 89. So it kind of seems like there might be a hidden seller also because usually with only 400 or 500 shares, I mean, look, there's orders going through. You can see it on the time and sales. Someone just bought 1,000 shares at 89. Obviously, there's a hidden seller there. So that's the thing where I get a little cautious because I'm like, well, are these trying to trick buyers into thinking there's a lot of support so someone can unload an even bigger position? You know, they show their orders on the bid and they hide them on the ask, which you can do. You can choose how much is visible. You can show 10% of it or whatever. So that's why I was kind of okay to get out, because Now here you've got 95 on the ask. So let's see if the bid moves up again. I was sort of okay just to take my profit on it because I felt like at any time maybe the rug would pull and these would just disappear and it could drop fast. And again, look at the 5-minute chart. I mean, my entry at 78 wasn't exactly a clean entry. I just saw the bid and was like, well, maybe I can ride this for 5-10 cents. Could have held it a little longer, but. So still have the bid at 88. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 consecutive green candles right now. Now he's at 90. 27,000 shares. So it's that stair step, just keeps moving the order up. I wouldn't be a buyer here because I feel like there's something going on that makes it very hard to trust. This increasing volume is, yeah, sure, that's what we like to see, is probably traders like myself who are seeing this hitting, you know, the high day Momo scanner, and we're like, okay, geez, this thing is just continuing to go higher, so I'm going to jump in and ride the momentum. But, you know, which we did, which is good. But I don't know, 55,000 share bid at 90. Nice, John. $1,000 is good. I'm sitting up $1,113.06 myself, which is the daily goal. Could have made a little more if I kept holding on to this one, but now you've got 92, the bid. But look at all the people that are buying right here at 93. It's not moving. That's what's weird. Right? Because you're seeing, clearly there's a hidden seller. I mean, it's obvious because, you know, there are shares going through, but the level 2, the bid, the ask isn't going smaller. So EdgeX and Arca are both on the bid now at 92, with different share sizes, 22,000 and 28,000. So sellers there at 92. So there's someone selling at 92, but then boom, you've got a 50,000 share bid at 90. And now another bid at 92. Now you've got 95, 96 on the ask. This is our 10th green candle in a row. 98 on the ask. It's on the scanners again, which is where I saw it. TNTR, 98. So traders who are just now pulling this up, they might be like, oh, look, it's 95 by 98. It's moving up. Oh, hey, there's a bid right there at 92. Looks strong. I'll jump in, which is what I did when I first got in. I was like, oh, look at the level 2. It looks strong. So it kind of encourages you to just jump in and buy it. So again, you've got 2,000 shares for sale on the ask according to the level 2, but you know, someone just bought 1,800 shares at 6 and the level 2 didn't break. So, you know, yeah, what could cause this type of price action? There could certainly be someone trying to buy up a really large position on the open market, an investor, some type of fund. That's certainly possible. It's possible someone's bidding it up to try to then unload a big position. I mean, anything's possible. You don't really know what creates it, but I feel like this type of action encourages traders to jump in. I mean, look, I bought 5,000 shares. You know, I jumped in. I'd be up $1,000 if I still held. You know, I jumped in. Other people will jump in, and so that is good if someone's trying to sell. Maybe it is genuinely just a fund that is buying a really big position. I don't know. So still have the big bid at 92. You know, someone's actually placing those orders, right? So they're watching it the same as we are on the other side somewhere. 96 by 97. 10th green candle in a row. Now he's at 96. So again, you know, I would look at that typically and be like, oh, I can buy here at 97. If that bid at 96 gets taken out, I'll sell, right? So it looks like he's starting to get taken out, but people are still selling at 96 and he's holding firm. So now it almost looks like there's a hidden buyer there as well, because it's only showing 300 shares, and boom, it's back to 29,000. So that's where, you know, typically I would be a buyer, but you have hidden sellers on the ask too at 597. Someone just bought, you know, whatever. I mean, some people are buying size and it's not breaking down. This is only 500 shares. That 5 is 500 shares. That's all it is. I mean, look at the way Pixie's moving in contrast. This is sort of more normal price action, you know, which we're kind of missing out on a little bit. But, you know, the first 5-minute candle to make it, or the second 5-minute pullback there from 45 up to a high of 61. You know, that's more typical, that those quick moves, traders jumping in, jumping out. So 2 bids, both very similar share size, about 50,000 shares there. DXR, for what it's worth, coming back up. Still bigger spreads on that one. So some more sellers on TNTR. I'm back at 92 now. This looks like it'll be the first red candle. I also don't have shares available to borrow. The E on Lightspeed is what says you have shares available to borrow. I'm surprised I have shares of DXR, honestly. It's kind of random. Go watch that one around the $0.50. Bid on TNTR holding at 92, but you see some sellers going through there. So now it's kind of getting eaten up, so it'll go down to 90. L means you'd have to locate. You'd have to find shares available to borrow. Things are slowing down a little bit on volume on TNTR. So there's more sellers, boom. So there's the drop. Back down to 82. And now I don't see any of those big buyers on the level 2 anymore. So yeah, I don't know. That might be it. No, there is someone at 78, 51,000 shares, probably the same person or same fund. So we'll see if this turns into a 5-minute setup. I don't know that it will. I don't think I would trade it though. DXR, yeah, I kind of like it over the $0.50, but I think it might need to pull back a little bit more. It's just kind of choppy. You can see the way it's been whipping around. PIXY, the high of this little pivot was 62. We'll let that pull back. DXR high of day is 73. So it's now tapped 50 a couple times. I think it would probably be better if it pulls back one more time for another little kind of pullback flag pattern. TNTR down to 78 where you've got that big bid. So Pixie right now, the high is 62 of this little flag. Watch it around that level, maybe for a scalp over 60. TNTR, you still have the bid there at 78, but it does seem to be kind of slowing down, the volume decreasing a little bit. Volume decreasing on PIXY too. Now that looks like seller is gone at 78. Yeah, so someone sold 49,000 shares in one order at 78. And we don't see another big bid right now. See if one pops up. So, we're back down about 30 cents. So interesting price action there. Haven't really seen that before, that sort of stair-stepping with really big orders. Strange stuff. Now it seems like it's kind of trading like a regular stock. No bid support. Little 20,000 share bid there at 550. Bid at 557 now. Now it's 62. So let's see if maybe this is someone stepping up in 65, 74 on the ask. It's a quick little rebound once that bid came back. Pixie, high was 61, high of the last 5-minute candle is 556. Bid at 77. You can see Pixie there, high 62. Pixie, nice breakout there. DXR, also worth keeping an eye on over the $0.50 of 850. It's also doing a flag, kind of like Pixie. So I'm watching DXR. I'm glad that Pixie worked as well as it did. I hesitated on it. Long DXR here for the break over 850. So we've got our little $0.50 there. We want to see that break. Obviously, high of day 873 is back of the mind target. See if it can get up there. So looking for 873 on DXR. Ugh, that sucks. See if it pops back up. This is the type that we know can jump around, so give it its range. Pixie, nice. I don't sell on drops, I let them pop back up. You can see that TNTR bid just climbing back up, back at 591. Sold DXR. Turned from a $500 winner to a $450 loser on the name. It's crazy on TNTR. Nice trade, good job. High day on PIXY is 89. 7 million shares of volume. I'll take a small starter at 9 here. And I can add, my stop would be 03 because of the bids that we're seeing. So I'd probably put an order now at like 15 to add on TNTR. Just try to scalp this move because obviously it's just running up. New stop would be 07. I see Pixie. TNTR is just, it's absurd. I don't even really know what to think, but just going to ride the momentum on it. Pixie, I'd watch a pullback. The high is 612. So high 612 on PIXY. Stopped out of TNTR for now. A couple $100 profit. And now look at that, back at 620. I'm not sure where I'd get back in now. It's just hasn't had a red candle since 550. It's kind of like just trying to read the level too, but it doesn't make sense. Maybe watch the next drop. So there's a drop, 22. This could be the first red candle on TNTR. High is now 27. Back in at 29 on TNTR for a scalp. I'd stop it, probably 19. High is 33. So you've got a bid at 32. 33. $34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. I sold half at 41. I'm going to sneak under the 43 seller here, sell another quarter. Actually, I'll just cancel that. I'll hold it for right now. Stop at 35. Jeez Louise. I'm just trying to take some profit on it, you know. Sold a little bit at 53, 926 shares. This is absurd. Well, this will recover my disappointing trade on DXR. The high is 57. Volume definitely ramping up. It feels like this will probably be the high, but you just never know. My average is 29. This one's on margin restriction, even for me, so I can only use my cash balance. Sold the rest for now at 42. If DXR goes to high a day, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't think it will, though. So TNTR. We'll see if we get a drop, kind of like the one we had down to 550, now that we have this extension. And then that might give another buying opportunity, maybe around $6.20 or $6. It's right now almost like the chart doesn't matter because of whoever's putting out those orders. It's up 25% on the day now. That's the first green candle in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 candles. Watch it go back to high a day here. Can always get back in. It's hard to manage risk when when the chart doesn't make sense and the price action is obviously so driven by something other than what we're used to seeing. Now a big bid at 52. High a day is 57. Okay, I'm long at 55 because we have this bid here at 54. And I'll add maybe over 60. See what this does. High is 59. So we want to see on those drops that it pops right back up because that's what it's been doing. 57. High is 59. So those are sell orders going through at 56, but it's being held up there, right? TNTR tapping 560. I want to see if it's going to break over this little flat top at 560 or 660. $61. Stopped out for now, 51. Should have sold on the ask at 60. This is feeling like a little bit of a doji candle here on the 5-minute. Pixie, I would also keep an eye on this 5-minute pullback. Watch it around 6. High day on Pixie is 612, so that's when I would watch back over 6. Okay, I'm long Pixie for the break of $6. Target would be 612 high a day. High of the last 5-minute candle is 602, so 602 is the level we need to see break on Pixie. TNTR, chopping around a little bit. TNTR may be worth watching to see when those bids come back in for a bounce off the lows of this pullback. Stopped out of Pixie, frustrating. Wasn't able to hold over $6 there. So a little bit of a false breakout there. So we're seeing that drop on TNTR like we did before. TNTR dropping more. Not different from what it did before. So it's just right now I would say watching to see if buyers, that big order comes back in. I don't know if it will or not. Pixie over 605 would be a spot to watch, but I don't know if it's going to break that level cleanly. Okay, I'm long TNTR because that bid just popped up. So I'll take a starter on this to see if it bounces back up now. As soon as I saw that big bid on the level 2, that was my cue to jump back in. So now let's see if this goes back up. The low is 606. Now the bid's at 19. So we want to see if we see more of those bids pop up. There's another one just added at 25. Target probably would be just, I don't know if it's back to high day, but possibly, given what it did before. So the bids are back at 24, 26. Same thing as before. High was 60, 63, and you know, look what it did last time. We didn't have a single red candle, so I would say I'll probably just hold this for right now, maybe until we get a red candle. Pixie dropping, which is disappointing. Probably over 640, I would try to add again. It's just so, the price action is so unusual here. The low of this current candle is, let's see, 31. I'm going to take my profit at 36. I'll probably regret it. Look at that. It's back at 37. $38. Kind of a wild day for me. Up 1,000, back to break even. Up 1,000 to down 300, up 800 now. I just feel like on this one, the rug could pull at any second, and then I give back those gains. I see AKTX on the scans. I'm not super familiar with that one. Maybe wait for a pullback or something. So TNTR did have a red candle there. And remember, this stretch only had one red candle and it was near the very top of the move. So I was kind of thinking I would hold until a red candle And so my exit there actually did make sense based on that. I kind of anticipated it. I wasn't sure. It seemed like we were starting to see a little bit of a change in the momentum, and then, yeah, we saw a little dip there. So, could always look for another scalp. But I got to get in really close to that big bid. That way I've got a good backstop. So if I got in at 46 right now, there's only a 10,000 share bid at 45. Now it's 20,000. So I could say, okay, I'm in at 40. I could get in at 46 and stop at 45. So I'm only risking 50 bucks there if I did that, right? Because of the big bid right there. Maybe I'm risking $100 if I lose 2 cents with 5,000 shares. It's tough though because you obviously have hidden sellers on both sides of the level too. Now I obviously regret selling. It's another 800 bucks unrealized. Well, this is the thing with these. I mean, just as quick as I regret selling, I'm happy I sold. I did the right thing. So, the grind to the daily goal is not always an easy one. So another sharp drop there, back down to 12. Pixie, that one definitely didn't hold up there. Disappointing on that. I went from being green on that name to red. Overstayed my welcome. DXR, overstayed my welcome on that one too, but this could have just as easily gone through high day and gone up to $9. Wasn't a bad setup, just didn't work. Then TNTR, the one that saved the day, surprising. I don't know if I'll get back in on if I see a big bid. Maybe on TNTR just for a quick scalp off the lows. The low right now is 12. So, let's just watch it to see if we see. Okay, I'm in at 19 because I see that bid. That bid just popped up there for a second at like 17. So, see if I can get maybe 10 cents off this low. The low is 12. So kind of looking for that bid to come back. It was there for a second and then it disappeared. There's the bid at 15. Now he's at 17. Dang it. Stopped out at 93. It's like a 1,200 bucks. That's like a $1,200 loss. So whatever. I'm gonna throw in the towel for today. I think that's, I don't know, enough for me. I'm getting frustrated. So we'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll do a midday recap here in just a minute. So down 450 bucks. Annoying. But, the red days are small these days, so that's good. $2,000 yesterday.
If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.